Something you'll just have to bear. He's a balladeer, he's a rock and roller. Here with a recent hit, We Didn't Start the Fire, is Billy Joel.
Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray, South Pacific, Walter Winchell, Joe DiMaggio, Joe McCarthy, Richard Nixon, Studebaker, television, North Korea, South Korea, Marilyn Monroe. Rosenberg, H-Bomb, Sugar Ray, Pan John Randall, the King and I, and the Catcher in the Rye, Eisenhower vaccine, England's got a new queen, Marciano, Liberace, Santana, goodbye. We didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire, no we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Joseph Stalin, Alan Cobb, Nasser and Prokofiev, Rockefeller, Campanella, Communist Bloc, Roy Cohn, one for all, Toscanini, Dacron, Gin, Food Falls, rock around the clock. Einstein, James Dean, Brooklyn's got a winning team, Davy Crockett, Peter Pan, Elvis Presley, Disneyland, Bordeaux, Budapest, Alabama, Khrushchev, Princess Grace, Peyton Place, trouble in the Suez. We didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire, no we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Little Rock, Pasternak, Mickey Mantle, Kerouac, Sputnik, Joe and I, Bridge on the River Kwai, Lebanon, Charles de Gaulle, California, baseball star, weather, homicide, children of the Little Mile. Buddy Holly, Ben Hur, Space Monkey, Mafia, Hula Hoops, Castro, Edson, the no-go, U2, Sigmund Reed, Paola and Kennedy, Chucky, Checker, Psycho, Belgians and the Congo. We didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire, no we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Hemingway, Eichmann, Stranger in a Strange Land, Dylan, Berlin, Bay of Pigs invasion, Lawrence of Arabia, British Beatlemania, Ole Miss, John Glenn, Liston Beats, Patterson, Pope Paul, Malcolm X, British politician, sex, JFK, blown away. What else do I have to say? We didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire, but when we are gone, it will still burn on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
Billy Joel. Welcome back. Billy Joel, it's good to see you. What of you I can see. Now, Mike got bad eyes. What's your excuse?
Well, you know, since we met backstage and shook hands, I seem to have developed this eye infection. So, I mean, that's...
Great. There we are. Do we want him to put them back? No, that's it. Now, We Didn't Start the Fire. That was a fascinating number. It's sort of potted history, isn't it, really?
It's taken inventory. I turned 40. I said, well, what happened? And that was, I just wrote out what happened in my lifetime. That was it. No big message. That's it.
Are you, though, a history fan because you named one of your bands after Attila the Hun?
Yeah, that goes way back. Yes, it was a long time ago. Yeah, I am a big fan of history. I'm amazed, actually, at how little history people know anymore. I mean, there's a mention in the song of U2, and the year is 1960, and a lot of people said, gee, I didn't know that band was around in 1960. It's the spy plane, the U2, and people go, what's a Syngman Rhee? What's a Dien Bien Phu? And
did you actually remember these things yourself, or did you need to research a lot?
I did most of it off the top of my head. Chronologically, I was off here and there a few years with Campanella and Mickey Mantle, and I went to the encyclopedia and just checked. But you don't have to be an intellectual to really know what happened in the last 40 years. I mean, it's all there.
Right. The Tiller, though, fascinated me. I mean, did it go well? I mean, did you actually go through the image of the Tiller, the Hun?
Well, this was a heavy metal band I was in. I had hair down my back. I had this long curly hair. I looked like Louis XIV.
Down or on your back?
It was on my back, and it went down, all the way down. As my daughter would say, to where she goes to the bathroom. You know, so it goes down that far. And we were going to destroy the world with amplification. This is when I was about 19, which is the age when most guys like heavy metal. And it was me and another guy, and Attila just seemed like a good name. Attila, the Hun. We can devastate the world with power and noise and volume. I'm glad it didn't work out because I was screaming my lungs out every night, way out of my range. And,
the fans didn't care for it.
a few friends of ours made believe they liked them. Afterwards, they said, well, I'm really glad you didn't stay with that because it wasn't that good. But it's an age and a stage guys go. That's when they take you in the army, when you like heavy metal, because you're nuts, you're crazy.
Quasi-barbarian, I think.
Yes, that's an interesting point. It's quite true.
They take you in, and then you meet a girl, and you fool around, you realize, oh, that's all it was. Oh, okay, I feel better now.
But you got 2 years in the army to do it. It's very unfair. Apart from Attila, I mean, one of your first rock and roll heroes was John Lennon, wasn't it? Now, what was so particular about him?
I first saw the Beatles on a show called The Ed Sullivan Show. This is '64. And before that, a lot of the bands seemed to have been manufactured. A lot of the rock stars, pop stars, seemed to be manufactured in Hollywood. Fabian, Frankie Avalon, they were all like these pretty guys. And the Beatles were on Ed Sullivan. There was John Lennon. He looked like a guy I would know. The Beatles just looked like working class guys, like kids in my neighborhood. And Lennon had this look in his eye, looking at the TV camera like, oh, you know, like, I can't say it on TV, but it was...
Well, he did.
It was an expression we all use once in a while. And I said, that's something I could do. That's something my friends and I could do. I mean, you don't have to be a pretty boy. You don't have to be manufactured by some agent in Hollywood. We could actually do that. They wrote their own songs. They played their own instruments. And they looked like they were having a good time. They didn't take it all that seriously either. Like they had a good sense of humor. And Lennon, John Lennon always had that look in his eye like he was just about to do something insane. I love that.
Now, you tried your hand at boxing, didn't you? How far did you get?
Didn't far enough to get my face changed. I wasn't a pro boxer. I boxed amateur. It was a police boys club, and we'd have intramurals with the Golden Gloves guys. And but I got punched around pretty good. About 26 fights. And then I realized, I was thinking about actually going into boxing, and I met the New York State champion, this guy, Bob, and he says, boxing could be a very good career. You know, just keep your nose clean, you keep your head down, you keep your left down. And I said, I don't know about this. And I was actually starting to make a living as a musician at that particular time, so it was one or the other. I decided, you know, to go stay with music.
Actually affect your looks at all?
Yeah, well, I used to have a cute nose. I used to have a little pug nose, and I kind of lopsided nose now, and I got a few extra pop-out veins. But my mother says it gives me character.
Good old Mum. Well, you claim you're not photogenic. I wonder if you would fancy a part in The Equalizer, that kind of show.
Acting scares me. I don't know how these people do. Acting is tough. You know, music is... I can hide behind a piano or a guitar. Acting, you're out there all alone, and...
No, that's what we spend our time doing, hiding behind a character. I mean, you know, you're acting, the way you sing is superb acting. You know, I mean, you put over a number, which is the most difficult form of acting.
I write my own material. I'm lucky that way, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd love to be able to write my own plays and do them, but unfortunately, I can't
Stay
do
with
that.
Singing in the Rain.
Want to do it again? You don't want to you want it now, do you? No, I can see about it.
But you've made your movie debut as a dog.
Oh, it's right. It's out here now. Oliver and Company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I get sent scripts. They want me to be an actor. I don't want to be a movie star. I just want to be a musician. But I love the movies. I love going to the movies. And I had a little girl 4 years ago, and I got offered to be the voice of an animated Disney character.
So you had to do it, of course.
I mean, I could be like Jiminy Cricket or something, which would be a hero to your kid.